I possess a deep affection and multifaceted admiration for the films of Wim Wenders. Paris, Texas, winner of the Palme d'Or in 1984, is a film where space and composition become part of the stories and the characters. How the characters live their lives is clearly articulated in the contrasting spaces where they are introduced. Harry Dean Stanton's troubled past and isolated life is introduced in sweeping, empty vistas of rough Texas desert. In contrast, Dean Stockwell's highly compartmentalized life is introduced with wide-angle shots that compress miles and miles of Los Angeles suburban, exurban/urban development. As the film progresses, the cinematography also pushes the emotional narrative and the emotional decisions forward, framing our feelings about them almost. If Paris, Texas works with composition and shot choices, Wings of Desire uses point of view choices for shots and the contrast of color in black and white. For after all, our characters are a blend of the celestial and the earthbound. As BFI calls Wings of Desire, it is Wim Wenders' immortal film about watching. It should be noted that Paris, Texas is one of many collaborations between Wim Wenders and cinematographer Robbie Muller. But Wings of Desire is the work of cinematographer Henri Alcan. Berlin of the 1980s is one where the fatigue over the violent and abrupt decision to create the Berlin Wall has really come to a head in the zeitgeist. And the characters thus experience their emotions within small spaces, within a huge, vast, but yet painfully bisected city. In contrast, Paris, Texas, about agency, freedom, and sudden emotional decisions made purely for the self, as that is the American way, has the broad vistas. This film is not an outre art piece. It's crafted in the tradition of Billy Wilder, or Otto Preminger, or Victor Fleming, or John Ford. In this film, though, location is used subtly, since it is a thriller, to delineate between the two characters their identity, and then, of course, their tragic intersection. Bruno Ganz has a respectable, modest, clean shop, as he is a hard-working, respectable German craftsman, art restorer in Hamburg. In contrast, the incarnation of Ripley created by Wim Wenders and Dennis Hopper is very much a wildcatter, using Germany as a space for his art forgery, which is manufactured in Manhattan. So Tom Ripley's space is a large German mansion that is unkept and filled only with capricious American objects like neon signs, jukeboxes, and pool tables. In addition, the scenes on trains and in train stations where Bruno Ganz becomes enmeshed into this immoral world that he was not part of often use picture within picture to show him represented through another lens of what he has unretractably become. Wim Wenders makes films with sensitivity and heart. If anything one could critique his films for is being too slow, but the tenderness he possesses for the characters could not be as palatable without these extended takes and careful vignettes. Now, that didn't take long, so what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the 1986 Sly Stallone Globus Brothers created schlock film Cobra.
Murder is against the law. You have to take me in. If you can. Even I have rights. Don't I? Pig. Take me in. They'll say I'm insane. Won't they? The court is civilized, isn't it? Pig.
But I'm not. This is where the law stops. And I start.
Is a really powerful testament to being pro-police rule breaking, pro-constant racial profiling, and pro-misogyny, like all Globus Brothers films are. Now, what we're going to focus on in this great film is his apartment. Oh my God, the plethora of untapped potential. You have to realize, and a racist comedic moment with Sly Stallone illustrates this perfectly, that Venice, California was a rough and tumble place to live.
What's your problema, Sese? You touched my car, man.
Get it, Mando, órale. Yeah, get
Bad for your health, you know?
What is pinche?
Yeah, it's it.
Me. Clean up your act.
Chinga tu madre, pinche Otto!
Yeah,
Good trouble, man.
hey, Stupido. You told him it's
Teach him, Mando.
Yeah, all right.
No. To say about real estate in Los Angeles is Beverly Hills adjacent, because Beverly Hills was the only place where you could go and get services done. You know, like if you were Cobra and you needed Monogram stationery, you had to drive all the way out from the drug and gang infested apartment by the ocean, a good 45 minutes to Francis Orr to get your Monogram stationery made. Go in and clean out all the, renegade, racist, vigilante, cop, gun stowing, which of course that's one of the advantages to following the rules of the LAPD, which we're talking about the era of Daryl Gates arresting any man who happened to be, black. Now, what I want you to take from Ally McGraw's house is the use of white. In the use of Santa Fe rugs. So what we do is we take one big couch, we take two director's chairs, maybe one largish potted plant, and you know what? That and a few pieces of Mexican wood furniture. And then that's all you need